So, you want to own a rental property? My name is Garrett Wong, owner of Upper Edge Property Management. And today I'm going to be debating if you should own a property in your personal name or in a corporation. Let's dive right in. So this is a pretty common debate, and I'm going to preface this segment by saying I'm not an accountant and I'm not a lawyer. So my comments are my own opinion, so please get some professional advice before making any legal decisions. Okay, with that out of the way, what are we talking about here? Well, you can either own a rental property in a corporation or you can own it personally. Many people do either, but let's try to, find out some of the basic concepts and get those out of the way. Number one, will having the property in a corporation save you money on taxes? Well, not necessarily. If you only own one or two properties and don't have an active corporation, and that's normally defined, at least in our country, as having 5 or more employees, you'll be paying almost the same tax rate as you would personally. If you had a flipping business, one might argue you're an active business, which might, and I say might qualify, to tax your income as a corporate business income, which could drop your tax rate from, 50% to as low as 9 to 15%. And that ranges because corporate tax rates in Canada differ from province to province. Number two, are the costs of the incorporation and ongoing administrative costs worth the investment? Don't forget, it's going to cost you to create the corporation. You have to file a different tax return as a corp, so your accountant will charge you more to prepare your taxes, and your lawyer may charge you to file your yearly registration as a corporation. So the operating costs are definitely higher with the corp. Number three, is the rental property part of a principal residence? If you have your corporation own the rental property but you live in a portion of it, you may lose your capital gains exemption. The principal residence exemption in Canada allows you to sell your home without paying any tax on the capital gains. Number four, do you want limited liability to protect yourself against potential lawsuits? If you believe there's a risk of litigation or lawsuits with the property, it might make sense to incorporate to protect your personal assets. So hopefully you've learned something and I've made you think a little bit about the pros and cons of incorporating your rental property, but honestly, there's no right answer. Talk to your lawyer and find out what works best for your situation.